Hey guys, Rekal from Streamer House here with what's new in the gaming community. Subscribe to the channel for more news, gameplay videos, and walkthroughs. Also, check us out live 24/7 on Twitch. First up on the docket, Mordhau was full of racist and toxic players. PC Gamer reported earlier this week that Mordhau, how do you really even say that name, honestly? Anyway, the popular medieval multiplayer hack and slash video game developed by Slovian independent studios, Tritneon? How do you say that as well? Anyway, has a rampant racism and toxicity issue that is driving away the players. It's action combat and a prominent aspect of skill-based competitive play and customization, as well as people playing Megalomania on loop.
I love this song!
It's pretty awesome, actually. According to the report, some players feel Mordhau has a growing toxicity problem full of racist, sexist, and homophobic slurs both in-game chat as well as the official forums without any repercussions. So, yeah, basically it's the internet. Go figure. But this is, however, isn't an isolated incident, nor is this the only game that suffers from toxicity. Games like Call of Duty, League of Legends, Dota 2, CSGO, basically any competitive game ever, also has a bad reputation for having a very toxic community. So if you're thinking about playing this game, make sure you have tough skin before you go diving into any of these competitive games. I took a look inside Mordhau's forums for myself to see what a fresh player browsing the forums would find, and I didn't find anything overly jarring, at least in comparison to the usual stuff I see on social media on a daily basis. There were quite a few threads that expressed concern for the future of the player base given the current state of toxicity. One player says, bottom line here is it doesn't matter if it hurts you or not. It's unacceptable behavior and should not be tolerated. Another player said ignoring toxicity is the path to depleting a game's player base. Now, take from all this what you will, but what do you think about Mordhau's current level of toxicity? In lighter news, Star Wars Battlefront II gets droidekas. Hell yeah! And they're great. Mostly. Star Wars Battlefront 2 recently added the droidekas we've been asking for in a new update. Now you can roleplay Sonic all you want. Gotta go fast. Players seem to be having a blast with the new destroyer droids, and it's even bringing back a few players to the game. Some players are questioning just how OP these new destroyers are, while the others are too busy falling off every ledge possible and launching themselves into groups of enemies. Following some comments from the devs in the past about droidekas, players wondered if they would ever be added. For example, in February of last year, devs explained that they weren't coming at all, and one of the main reasons was mostly due to animation challenges and potential balancing issues. But let us know what you think about droidekas finally making their way into Battlefront 2, and is this enough to make you come back and try it out? And also, if you have played this, how many times have you rolled off a bridge? Honest question, I just want to know, for science. Division 2 is testing matchmaking in the raid. Introverts rejoice! According to patch notes in the upcoming PTS update tomorrow, there will be a new difficulty for the raid that's allowing matchmaking. Holy crap, matchmaking for the first time in a raid. After its inception, the notoriously hard Dark Hours raid had a lot of players, especially those on console, begging for a matchmaking feature. For those unfamiliar, the Dark Hours raid is an 8-player activity where players face enemy AI that requires extensive communication, timing, and cooperation to defeat. From things like pressing buttons simultaneously with one or more person to disable dangerous traps or mechanics for the rest of the group, to calling out dangerous foes capable of wiping out the entire group as they appear, to coordinating taking down multiple bosses at the same time. Similar games like Destiny, both 1 and 2, also went with this approach of having no built-in matchmaking system and encouraging players to get out there and meet people, share groups of friends with each other, and create groups you're comfortable communicating with, rather than, pressing a button and letting whoever the game randomly gives you. However, a lot of players don't agree with this and call it, quote, just devs being lazy, and they demand their matchmaking. Stop making us go out and make friends. I don't like it. Just give me people to play with that I'll never see again. Kind of like Tinder for gaming. Gaming one-night stands. One-raid stands. That's what I want. No strings attached. However, with that being said, this new discovery difficulty will feature easier mechanics and thus not reward those players with the top rating loot. Raid-specific gear sets and the Eagle Bear, which let's face it is all most people want, won't be part of this loot tables. So this setting seems to be more of a way to learn the raid and meet other people to add for later, than to actually do the real raid later and get that sweet dreams. I mean sweaty loot. I mean sweet loot. Yes, that's what we want. We want sweet loot. It's a looter shooter, so we want loot. Whether or not this is enough to satisfy players is something we'll definitely have to just sit back and see. But what do you think about Division 2's matchmaking? Should it be a thing? Should it not? Have you even completed the raid? Let us know in the comments below.